Ryan, hope you're well.
Doing well.
Good. Hey, Ryan, before I ask you a football related question, how would you sum up your time in Guelph? How did they treat you guys?
Oh, it's been great. Great facilities, great food. They go above and beyond the expectations to make sure we're having a good time up here and taking care of us. So it's been awesome.
You put on any weight?
Oh, I think I've been put on plenty of weight, but yeah, I think that's just getting in my 40s now. And I got to start eating a little bit better. So I'm not in my 30s for sure.
I hear you. Okay, Ryan, so let's get down nitty gritty. I was just looking at the depth chart. So I don't see Andrew Harris. Is he okay?
Yeah, Andrew's fine. He's totally healthy. I felt like he got the work done that he needed to. And at this stage, some guys I feel really comfortable with, and I know where they're at. So I didn't feel like I needed to see Andrew. We could have got him a few plays, but he'll be good to go week one.
Eric Rogers?
Yeah, so Eric had a slight pull in his growing. He could fight through if we wanted to. At this stage, I didn't think it was the right thing to do for Eric's long term. Yeah, he could have gotten there, but at this stage, let's not put Eric in harm's way.
Sorry, I just want to be clear. It's his groin, you said?
Yeah, he's got a slight growing, so it's nothing serious, not pulled growing. He just has some discomfort there. It's pretty normal. Guys get it through training camp. He's been fine, but I just held him back and didn't feel like it was the right thing to put him in there and potentially make it worse.
Oh, I get it. How about Dejon Brissett?
Yeah, so he got a hammy early on. He was having a great camp. He really trained hard. This offseason he was really down the dumps that happened to him. He's looking forward to taking that next step. So he should be available week one, potentially week two, but he's progressing in his rehab.
The other guy I noticed is Dariush, your offensive lineman.
Yeah. So we'll see with him. I think it's going to be maybe a couple days or two. He's been out for the last two practices. We're hoping to get him back for the game, but same thing there. He's one of our starting guards. And we put him in there for a preseason game to get the rest of what we need to do. But that's smart for our future.
And it looks like you're giving Gregor another shot there. Is he a kid who has a chance to make your team?
I think so. We drafted him, first round for a reason. We believe in the kid. He's going to have some growing pains. We all know that most rookie O-linemen do. No matter where you're from, you be an NFL guy, you come as a rookie. Normally it's a transition. So he's transitioning. He's improving each day. We're hoping that he makes that transition pretty soon. We feel like he'll get there. He brings a little nasty to us, so I anticipate him making the club. So tomorrow's a big day for him. He's gonna be playing with the big boys once again.
Hey Ryan, I'm sure Chris Edwards' suspension will get reduced, but I'm pretty sure also that he'll probably have to sit out a couple of games. I noticed that you guys have D'Angelo Amos at the backup Sam. Is he a guy who might fill in on opening night?
We'll see. I mean, he's got to go prove to us tomorrow that he's capable of doing that. We've got a few different scenarios based in our head how we're going to line up on week one. So we've been moving those DBs around quite a bit. He's been focused on Sam. So let's see if he can take that job and run with it tomorrow. So we're going to see how it's going to play out. There's some guys that we kind of feel like we know where they're at, and there's some folks that they got to prove it to us tomorrow, and we'll go from there.
And my last question is, again, just based on the depth chart, the secondary is completely new, and I'm just wondering, what are your thoughts on players like Caleb Holden, Dion Harris, Tavarius McFadden?
Yeah, well, McFadden's been one of our most impressive players coming in from last year. He's really grown. You can see it. He's probably had one of the top three camps out there. So we like our young guys, and we're not afraid of change. So they obviously have to learn the scheme and fit in and do what Coach Mason's asking of them and understand the pattern reads and whatnot. So I'm not afraid of placing young guys. We played a lot of different hats last year, all across the board, and it was like a Rolodex each week. So we found a way to get it done. It's up to us, coaches, make sure we coach them up.
Oh, thanks again for your time, Ryan. All the best.
Yeah, thank you.
Next question from Mark Zwolinski from the Toronto Star.
Hey, Ryan, thanks for your time today. Just one last little thing about Andrew. At this stage in his career, is his runway shorter to get prepared for the season? Any concerns at all that way? Did he get any preseason reps?
Yeah, not so much. I mean, I guess if you go back to last year, we didn't have any preseason games, and then he missed quite a bit of time in camp. But when he came back, I mean, they didn't lose a game when he was in the lineup last year. So I just kind of thought about the last year, like how many guys we had that didn't play at all. We had the one scrimmage, then we go to week one and we won that football game. So I just got to be smart with some of these veterans. I feel like they don't need the camp necessarily as much. I mean, they need it, but I feel like we can get away with a few veterans, and I want to be smart, handling them at this stage in their career.
Good stuff. And just the same question with McLeod. What have you seen from him from camp, and how confident are you that he's ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, I mean, he's year 2 in the offense. He feels more comfortable. He understands some of the finer details that he might not have understood what the details were about the first year. So he's picked it up. He's been a coach on the field. He's helping those guys understand what we're trying to do. And we did a lot of that in the offseason. He had guys down in Georgia, receivers, and they kind of had like their own little mini camp, and then they spent some time in Toronto. So he's been great in the leadership role of helping these young guys come along.
Thanks so much, Ryan. All the best.
All right, thank you.
Next question's from Nick Konarowski from Argonauts.ca.
Hey, Ryan. Yesterday, I know both you and Jake were chatting about Jake Reinhardt's health. And can you maybe shed some light on how important it is to have a quality long snapper like Jake and kind of have that guy in your lineup? Because, he's been around the organization for a very long time. I believe he's the longest tenured Argo.
Yeah, he's the longest tenured player.
That's right. And he replaced Chad Rempel. Can you just shine a little bit more light on how important that is to your special teams to have a guy like Jake?
Well, it's key. I mean, you look at special teams in this league compared to other leagues, it's a big percentage of your game. And it's the impact that special teams has. That's one thing we're preaching. We got to get better there. So just having that veteran leader goes about his business each day, and he just shows up and goes to work. He's a grinder, great teammate, love to coach him. And, he's consistent in what he does. And so, you're going to get that ball back to the punter or get the ball back to the holder on our field goals. And it's going to be, they're going to get the laces and all that. So he's darn consistent at it. We need him to be fully healthy this year. I think, we did feel the loss of Jake last year.
And lastly, and it's a preseason game, where do you think the intensity level, maybe on a scale from 1 to 10, is going to be for Jagarrett and Brandon tomorrow?
Well, I think just everybody across the board, I'm sure they feel the same way. It's rivalry. So it's a preseason game. We're going to go out there and compete for sure. We're all going to look to win. We got to evaluate guys, so everybody's going to get a chance to go play. But I think it's going to be one of those games where you're going to see the rivalry. We got to make sure we don't get caught up in the chirping. We're just going to go play football, talk with our pads. But it's going to be intense. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure Jagarrett and Speedy are as well. It's going to be a good opportunity for our younger guys to kind of understand the importance of what it means to play at Hamilton. Especially we're playing 4 times this year on top of a preseason game.
Great. Thank you, Ryan.
And one follow-up question from Frank Zuccarelli.
Ryan, I just wanted to ask you again about the return game. How many guys do you want to use tomorrow, and how much do you think you can use each guy?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we're getting a lot of attempts at the punt returns. We'll see how it's going to play out. But we've got about 4 guys. We want to at least get 1 touch, kind of see how they're going to handle the punt returns and kickoff return duties. So we feel pretty good about the kickoff return stuff. That's going to the punt returner. We got to find that guy, and someone's got to take that job and run with it tomorrow.
Ryan, who's your holder on field goals?
Well, we've had McLeod do it before, and then we got Haggerty as well. It's going to be handling those duties also. So we got 2 guys that can do it, and then we got our backup quarterbacks that looking to be emergency guys.
And lastly, what about your short yardage quarterback?
Yeah, we're going to see. I'm probably going to let Austin do some of that tomorrow. He's pretty. I guess he's really good at it. He's established that in camp, and he's really got that short, stocky body. He can run through some tackles. He's a big, thick kid. So we're going to give him an opportunity to do that and see what he can do. We're not going to get too much into doing some of the stuff we do this kind of outside the box during the season. We're just do our base stuff and see how he operates and handles it, and we'll make a decision who's going to be that guy next week for the season.